This is for Christlight for August 24th. Our objective for today is understanding that God is the Almighty, loving Creator. As we go through, think about what did God show about Himself by His creation. You're going to need your Christlight story. I will read it for you, but you can follow along on your copy. The creation of all things. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. At first, the earth didn't have any special shape or form, and it was completely empty and dark. Then God said, "Let there be light." Immediately, the light began to shine. God let his light shine, and then he let the darkness return. He called the light day and the darkness night, and it was the first day of creation. On the second day, God spoke again. He said, "Let there be an expanse above the earth that will separate the water above from the water below." As soon as God spoke, it was so. God called the expanse sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the water come together so that the dry land will appear." Immediately, the water ran into deep places and formed rivers, lakes, oceans, and seas. Dry land appeared, continents with mountains and plains and the islands in the seas. But the earth was still bare and empty. So God commanded the land to produce all kinds of plants. Immediately, all sorts of grasses and plants and trees covered the earth. God made them all so that they would have seeds. From these seeds, more plants and trees just like them would grow. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be bright lights in the sky. Let the sun shine during the day and the moon and the stars shine at night. Let them bring about the seasons of the year and show the passing of time, the days and the years." As soon as God spoke, the sun, the moon, and the stars appeared. On the fifth day, God began to create living creatures. He said, "Let the waters be filled with living things of every size and kind, and let the birds fly across the sky." In this way, God filled the waters with fish and every kind of animal that lives in the water. God also filled the air with all kinds of birds, and God blessed them so that the birds and fish could have young ones just like themselves. But there were no living creatures on the dry land. So on the sixth day, God created many kinds of animals that live on the earth, large ones and small ones, and even those that creep and crawl on the ground. God also made them able to give birth so that there would be more and more of them. Last of all, God created the first people, a man and a woman. God made them holy and sinless like himself. They were God's most wonderful and important creations. God told them to use, enjoy, and care for all the rest of his creation: the land, the sea, the air, and as well as the fish in the water, the birds in the sky, and the animals on the earth. Now God looked at everything that he had made. He saw that everything was perfect. On the seventh day, God rested from all of his hard work, and God blessed the seventh day. So, what did God show about himself by his creation? God showed by his creation that he is the wise, almighty God and loving creator. Now, in your packet, you have a sheet with some numbers on it. This is your Christlight worksheet for Monday, August 24th. The very, very first thing I'm going to do is put my name and number on it, because if it comes unattached from your packet, I'm not going to know who belongs to. So make sure that your name and your number is on there. And I like to be 100, so I always use 100 as my number. Inside each number, draw a picture or write a sentence telling what God created that day. So, on the first day, let's go back to our story and look. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So, you get to use your crayons for this one, and you could draw the heavens, you could draw the earth. He said, "Let there be light," and the light began to shine. So, there was also light and dark. Now, I'm not an artist, so bear with me. I actually want to do the darkness and the light. So part of my one is all going to be dark. And the other part of my one is going to be light. And then my first day is done. So then I would go back to my story and I would look at what was created on the second day. On the second day, God spoke again. He said, "Let there be an expanse above the earth that will separate the water above from the water below." As soon as God spoke, it was so. God called the expanse sky. So for this one, I'm just going to draw the sky. And then I'll draw some clouds in here. And I can color it in a little bit. And I'm sure you are all much better drawers than I am. But this is my sky. So then you would get to do that for 3, 4, 5, and 6. Why do you think there's not a day 7? We have 7 days in a week, but why is there no day 7 on our picture? There's no day 7 on our picture because on the seventh day, God sat back and he admired everything that he made and then he rested because he worked really hard. So the seventh day is a day of rest. And that's Christ Light for Monday.